the cloud. Okay, so it is recording. You guys can hear me okay? So awesome. Welcome to Wednesday Team B call. We are excited to dive in a little bit about the contest that we're having that we just launched, and Nikki posted it. Some of you might or might not have seen it, and that's okay. So first off, I want to make an announcement of our team contest. Our team contest, our NMDs got together and we said, we just want to, this is the season to really build. If you look at history, September, October, and November typically are our biggest months in the calendar. It's almost like a brand new year. And so we decided to do a contest for you guys. And I know a lot of you like contests. Maybe some of you don't like contests because you're not competitive. But just know that this is available for everybody. And the opportunity is we're throwing $1,000 on the table. And there's first prize, second prize, and first, second, and third. The first prize is $500. The second is $300. And the third prize is $200. And you're wondering, okay, that's great. There's a contest. What do you have to do? How do you win? Oh, sorry, guys. Let me just see if there are people on mute. Yeah, I gotta just, okay. Making sure everybody is muted. Okay. So the contest is pretty simple. We want you guys to really be focusing on bringing partners and building your team. And so the most people that bring on partners, and it doesn't matter what country, because we can pull reports and see you building team around the world. So yeah, that's the contest. It's really simple. The top 3 recruiters for the month of September. So you have all the month of September and all the month of October. And we're going to be making the announcement on our first Wednesday call in November. Who the winners are for that contest. So I hope you guys are excited. I know for me, I love contests. It actually kind of gets me going, and even our NMDs have our own little contest going on, which is fun. And it's totally gearing me up, and I'm excited because it just helps me focus. And I just, that carrot for me is like, let's go, let's make this happen. So hopefully you guys take advantage of it and have fun with it. And hopefully it will start to get your head around the importance of building. So maybe in the chat button, let's see here if you guys could do a shout out. Who is excited? Who's going for it? Who wants to win it? Let's get some energy on the chat button right now. Let's throw some love out there in regards to, are you in? Are you wanting to make this happen? Who's going to win? I want to see some cockiness on the team. I want to see who thinks they're going to win it already. Awesome. Show me the money. I love it. I'm going to win. Yes. Share that love. Share that love. Okay. What I wanted to do is I have a couple people on tonight. So the team call training is really around how to be building partners. What does that look like? Especially if you're brand new, it might be a little intimidating. Sarah, I'm going to put you on as co-host. And if you could just make sure that the chat line is, I hear a lot of rumbling in the background. Thank you. I'm in for Australia. Awesome, Richard. That's great. Yeah, fully on. Okay, so what we want to do tonight for the training is we want to really teach you guys some different ways to have conversations and where you find people to sign up for partnership. Because sometimes, you see all these people and they're making it happen and you're like, how do they do that? They make it look so easy. So I want to give a number of people an opportunity to share how they've been building. And the first person I want to jump on, I know Sherry, you have to. Right. Sarah, are you grabbing that? I think Lisa needs to be on mute.
Yeah, just a second. Sorry.
Okay, great. Perfect. So so we want to get Sherry. Okay, perfect. We want to get Sherry Wright. So Sherry Wright, if you guys did not see that, last month, she got recognized as the most partners in all of Shining Star, which is huge because Shining Star is a huge organization. Just so you know, if you go to the Facebook page for Shining Star, there's like 4,500 partners. And Sherry Wright, you got the most partners. You must feel so proud of yourself. So Sherry's a nurse. She's actually at work right now. And Sherry got sick. So I just want her to jump on and share a little bit about how, as a new partner, 2 months in, how she got 6 partners. Just give us some insight to give some inspiration to people who are stuck and don't know how to bring partners on. Sherry, it's all yours.
I'm pulling up my page because I need to get in Juice Plus mode and
Oh,
out
yes.
of nurse work mode. So I'm still at work. I'm leaving here right away, hopefully, to go get my daughter. Anyways, so I started last month. I signed up at the end of July, but I really came out of the gates running. I looked at all the training videos in the Freedom Revolution about sharing your story. So I came out of the gates running with this because I thought, this is an amazing product. I was on it for a few weeks. I felt I'd already gone through One Shred 10 and I thought, I'm going to share my story. I did a live, and from that live and every live I did, I just kept getting more and more orders, showing vulnerability, asking people. I launched last month. So that is absolutely huge. So my first month I did get 6. I'm looking at my partners to remind me. A lot of it was people who absolutely loved the product and wanted to share it with others. Some are doing more with it than others. Some of it was just talking to people and sharing it. And I feel I'm not selling it. I presented to all my customers actually when they signed up and even after they placed their order and were starting to feel good. By the end of the month, I had personally contacted all of them. And I use voice memos. I got that from Nicole. Do those voice memos. I contacted them all. I phoned them all. I invited them and just encouraged them that their orders could be transferred to them. And a lot of them signed up to have their orders transferred. They were just absolutely amazed. I have 2 that are kind of running with it out of the 6 I signed up. It's kind of, I have tons of orders this month, but I haven't signed up any. So I'm the month is still, we still got lots of time. But I don't know, that's kind of what I did. I'm posting on social media daily. I'm on Insta stories. I've now discovered Insta Reels, and I'm trying to do a live a few days a week. Marie and I are doing some creative things, and she's on the call here. I had a really good idea where I just wanted to talk about the business, but actually not talk about the business. So Marie and I did a live, oh my goodness, last Thursday. That was so fun. That we just talked and we're just ourselves. I post about my food, my lifestyle. So I don't know. What else?
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, like I mean, I'm just seeing you guys are just making it happen, and you're on social media, and people are just wanting to know more, and I guess you're just bringing them on and customers, and yeah, that's what it is, right? It's just getting out there, and like you said, being vulnerable. So congratulations for getting 6 partners out of the gate. That was incredible. So keep up the great work.
Yeah, we're doing our nurses panel tomorrow, and I've pulled in like 10-12 hour days at the college this week. So as you see, I'm still here, but I'm like in between every meeting, messaging and voice memoing people, come to the talk. And so yeah, just sharing the love, because if I had known how amazing I would feel after such a short time, right? I'm just sharing how amazing I feel, and the healthy starts, and like the whole product and company is just, I just want to scream on the rooftops. So
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing. So appreciate it. And have a great night. I know you got to fly soon. So thank you for jumping on.
I'll be listening and driving. I'll still be on though.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
I also want to give a shout out to Marie and Thomas. Thomas also made the top, the top list. I believe it was 3 or 4 that he had gotten. He's just joined his wife, Marie. And I love his vulnerability as a man on social media. It's actually very, very rare that you see the level of vulnerability. So I just want to give you a big shout out of just how deep you're going with your level of vulnerability on social media, because I'm following you. So, and congratulations on winning the draw of $100 as well. Yeah, so do you want to just share with everybody like how you're setting yourself on fire and getting lots of partners?
So I think that when you do something like this, everybody has a different strategy or their own strategy, and you need to be true to yourself. So Sherry is like killing it. She's got, 6 people signed up under her in a month, and she has a very like direct. Huh?
Hold on, I think we have some background noise. Someone was yelling maybe at their kids. It wasn't you.
Oh,
Okay.
anyways, so yeah, like Sherry's killing it. She's got lots of people signing up under her, and she does it her way, and it's really direct. I have my way, which is I actually don't talk about Juice Plus or Tower Gardens or anything like that. I focus on what is important to me, which is healthy living, healthy lifestyle, and I post a lot of things on that. And being a 40-year-old guy, health is really important to pretty much all of us. Well, to all of us. That's why we're all here. For me personally, I don't need to go and say, hey guys, I'm doing Juice Plus, come do Juice Plus with me. I just say, oh my gosh, I'm having so much fun being fit and getting in shape and like living healthy. And then my friends come and they say, what's going on? And then they just sign up. Like I haven't actually asked anybody to become a partner. I haven't asked anybody to sign up in Juice Plus. I haven't sold anything. People just message me and I'm like, yeah, I do Juice Plus, and I got these garden towers and whatever, and or Tower Gardens, and they like just the other day I had a friend come and message me. He's like, dude, I need to lose weight. And I was like, okay, well, let's talk about that. And yeah, and bam, 2 minutes later, he's ordering up Juice Plus, and then my other friends like my partner Rob and the other people that have been signing up under me to become distributors. I never even asked them to become distributors. They asked me if they could become distributors. And I think that's what works for me. And it's not going to work for everybody. But for my community and for my approach, that's how it works. Like I got Joey signed up under me. He's coming over actually to stay living in my house for 2 weeks. This guy was a top salesperson for Vivint in Canada. He's been a top salesman for cars, and he just came to me and he's like, I love selling stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I'm selling stuff too. Why don't you teach me what you're doing so that I can be better at it? And he's like, dude, I'll sell it for you. And I'm like, done. So for me, this is like, I don't know, like this isn't difficult, this isn't work, this isn't hard, this is just being who I am and being out on social media. And I think it's contagious, and I think people will just come to you if you're actually true. If you go and you start pushing or saying things that isn't true to who you are, and you try being someone that's not you, you're not going to do well at this. So whatever your strategy is, use that. And that's what I have.
Awesome. You guys need to follow him. He's so funny. Yesterday I saw him trying to do a push-up with his son on his back, or a pull-up. And I was like, it was awesome because he like totally knew he couldn't do it. But he's like, I'm going to get here in 4 months. And I was like giggling so much. Like that is so much vulnerability. It's like, I can't. And as a man, right? Like I'm trying to do this and I can't. But watch me in 4 months and I can. And I'm like, yeah, that's just great. I really feel your authenticity on social media, and you make us laugh. So I think there's a magic formula that seems to be working for you. So again, a big congratulations. And Marie, did you want to add anything? Because I know that you're really building.
I did want to add one thing, is that when I first started, I found this really challenging because I was alone. And I'm just not that person who can do things alone. And so I read a lot of the books Nicole recommended for me, and I really took them to heart. So I would definitely listen to her on what books to read and things. And something that I heard in one of the books was, if you want to have fun, find what makes you feel alive and then go with it. And friends make me feel really alive, and collaborating. So I tried to build a model where I have a little community. So like right now at my house, I have one of the people on our team, Tara, and I've been having like my little brother come over and Sherry and do things so that it's fun for everybody. So we're learning together, and it's just made it so much more fun, because like Tom says, oh, it's not work, because he's experiencing the fun. But at first I remember that it wasn't very much fun. So that would be my suggestion, is find out what you're really passionate about, and then find a way to weave it into your business.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. That's great. And I'm going to bring some of our NMDs on here in a sec too. I just had a few things that I wanted to share. You guys, if you did see the regional training on the weekend, there was some great training on working your warm market, working your cold market. And there's definitely approaches. And hopefully a lot of you guys got to see that regional training. I did actually live stream it in Team B, and you can go back. It's near the end of the day. It's about a 4-hour recording, but you could scroll and fast forward to kind of near the end of the day where Michelle Rogers goes into a lot of depth about, you know, working your warm market, working your cold market. But typically what I say with new partners when they're just getting started is I want you to write your list of people that you would love to work with. They're your, you know, they're the people that, like, if you were to go to a conference, you would want them to be in your hotel room. You would want to sleep in the same bed with them. You just, you know, you want to hang with them, just like Marie was saying. And I want you to write all of those people that you would just love. And those, and a lot of you might have heard, like, it might be your chicken list, because sometimes our closest people that we want to reach out to and say, hey, I'd love to work with you, our biggest fear is rejection. But I can tell you in my years of doing this business, some of my biggest regrets was not reaching out to my chicken list because they got picked up by other companies, or, you know, or somebody else picked them up on another team because I just wasn't brave enough. And so we've heard this before, is get brave for 20 seconds and reach out to your chicken list and just have a conversation. And it's very simple verbiage that I give. It's kind of like, hey, I just started this new business. I thought of you because you have all these amazing skill sets. I love you. I would love to work with you. You know, I would love to get to the top of the marketing plan with you. These products make sense. I know who you are. I know what your values are. I think you would really like what I'm up to. You know, can you come and at least take a look at my launch party and see if this is something you think that you could partner with me? Like, it's that real, it's that authentic. It's like, you're going after them, you're asking them to show up at your launch party or to come onto one of the overview calls and just check it out. So that's kind of my coaching that I give, is go after that chicken list. And then I just going to tell you, so this month I have signed up 4 partners already. I probably shouldn't have said where I'm at, but yeah, 4 partners. And I'm just going to tell you where my 4 came from. Melissa, who just signed up, was my dad's neighbor in Red Deer. And when we were at the surprise party, she came over for my dad's party and we started talking, and they're so in love with our tower garden. Her husband does something similar. We just got into a great talk. And the next thing you know, she's like, yeah, I think your products are amazing. I would love to do what you did. I sat with her for about an hour. I told her our business model, and she decided to join this business. So that was just like at a party, at a family get together. It was my dad's neighbor. How cool is that? The other one came from my Gorgeous Gray movement, another woman that went gray. We've been friends on social media for about 6 months. And it was just a conversation that we started to have. And I asked her how she's doing through COVID. She's a speech pathologist. And she said, I'm not working. I don't have any money coming in. And I am like literally living off of my savings right now. It's not good. And I said, would you like to learn more about what I do online with a wellness product? And she said, yes. We had a quick online meeting and she signed up. The third person that came into me this month, Lucia, she was a referral. So you guys might have seen when I said, does anybody know someone that lives in Mexico or speaks Spanish? Well, the first person that wrote down someone's name is a nutritionist that lives in Mexico. We got on a Zoom. I signed her up. She, again, the pain for her is that the Mexico people are so poor and they're so desperate, and she knows so many people in Mexico and she wanted to help. And the fourth person is just somebody that's been following me on Instagram. And I've just been like loving on her and commenting on her stuff. And, you know, finally got her on a couple calls, overview calls. It took her a little long to say yes, but she's joined. So I'm just giving you ideas. Obviously, some of these don't happen overnight, so don't get discouraged. Like Susan's relationship was 6 months. Lucia was really fast. The other gal she said that she'd been following me for years and known about Juice Plus for years. So she's, you know, sometimes you might be building relationships now and they might not turn into a partner tomorrow, but down the road they might. It's just not the right time for them. So Sarah Mokhtar, I know you do a really good job on social media recruiting and getting from cold market. You do a really good job on cold market. Can you just provide some insights on how you do that?
Yeah, I mean, I've evolved, I guess you could say, in the last 5 years, but more in the last 2. I do kind of what we call attraction marketing. So I do still reach out coldly to people, but they're more in my warm market. And sometimes I'm really bold. I just kind of go with my gut feeling, right? And that's kind of how I've been doing my business lately, is just trying to be really intuitive. And yeah, so my energy healer, I just reached out to her and said, I just know that you would just be so fun and you would align perfectly in our business. And I love what you do. And we're having so much fun. And, you know, just being real. That's exactly, like, I'm having fun in my business. I want her in my business. But if you look at my social media, I'm really showcasing the lifestyle, you know, the fun that we're having, always showing pictures of what I've done over the past 5 years. Right now, obviously, I've just quit my job, and this business has allowed me to quit my job, and really kind of showcasing that. So I'm having a lot of people reach out to me, asking me about the business. Once in a while, I will do kind of a join me post, and I always get a lot of traction on that. Yeah, I just kind of try different things. Oh, thanks, Marie. She's so lovely. Just trying different things, but I'm just, the attraction marketing is really working. So just being kind of brave, teaching, sharing your story, being vulnerable. That's kind of the biggest lesson through this whole journey, is being vulnerable. When you show people who you are, things that you've gone through, how you've persevered, people can relate to that. They relate to struggle, and they see, you know, what you're doing now in life, and they want to be a part of that. You show up as a leader online, right? You're the authority, is what I'm learning in our social media course. So yeah, a lot of attraction marketing. So if you, Marie, and your crew right now, take a snapshot of your little gang here and post that on social media. Like, hey guys, this is work. Like, we're having a blast together. Who wants to join us, right? Like, take every you are your business. And social media is really right now the only way we're growing it. We're not seeing each other in person. So every opportunity you can get to, you know, showcase our community, showcase the fun that you're having, do it. Because that is what people want. That's what we're missing. We're lacking right now, you know, a sense of being together and community. So yeah, if you are out with your friend, like out with any of your team, or just on a Zoom call, screenshot it, share it, and just showcase how much fun you guys are having.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Sarah. Melissa Hyde, I know you're on. Did you want to add some of your 10 plus years experience of building a massive team?
Angela says it best, is just be brave. She sort of coined that term, right? Be brave for 10 seconds. And that's what has been my guiding principle. It's just, whatever the goal has been that I've been going after, I want that more than I am afraid. So recently, you know, I'm just really getting focused again and really want to get to the next couple levels there. And I've just written out all my numbers, and I know what I need. And I'm just having conversations with people. I'm calling them out on their BS, because I know it's just excuses. For example, one girl, she said, this sounds great. Now, she's also tried the product before. And she said, I know I love the product. So, you know, I think I'm just going to now try the Omegas for a couple weeks and see how that goes. And then, you know, I think I'll sign up. And so I just called her out on it very nicely, of course, very politely, but in a nutshell, just said, you know, can I ask you something? I said, why? I said, why are you waiting? You already love our product. You love all the ingredients in the omegas that we went over. You're wanting to switch off fish oil. And I said, it's kind of like this. If there's a new restaurant in town, are you going to go to that restaurant by yourself first and test it out before you go with any friends or tell any friends? I said, of course not. I said, that's the same thing with this business and with sharing. I said, just share, because everyone's going to have a different experience. It's not for you to decide what they're going to order right on the menu. They're going to come and they're going to have their own experience. And she just said, you know what? Yep, you're right. So it's just calling people at, oh, I need to think about it. It's just saying, you know, what else, what other information do you need? How can I help you? Would you need a video? Like, what else? Just calling people out, because there's some fear that's going on, and that's why they're making up the excuses, because our product is so affordable. Like, it's $1 and change per day, guys, with the health study. The shakes are $3 for a meal, unlike the garbage, like a coffee and a donut that we can buy. And so it's just so affordable. So it's just calling people out on it in a loving way, because you care, and don't let them walk away from this when you know it can really, really change their life. So it's just being brave and digging deep. How bad do you want your goal? And you got to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And I promise you, the majority of the time, like 99% of the time, you're going to get a yes, and you're going to be so proud of yourself and so excited that you did it. You're like, oh, sometimes I know in the beginning I'd catch myself off guard. I'm like, oh, yes, you actually want to do this. Oh my gosh. So yeah, just be brave, because we have such a gift for people, the health as well as the wealth. And right now, I think the wealth side of it is the extra money is even more important, because there's so many people whose work has changed drastically. It's non-existent for some people, and they are stressed. And we know that financial stress can manifest into health issues, right? So gosh, we have such an incredible gift to give people. And then there's our community, right? Who doesn't need this right now? So just be brave, connect with your goal, imagine it, get doing your personal growth, because that's what's going to change everything. You guys already know about the product. You know what's next for the business plan. Just work on yourself. What's going on up here?
Awesome. Thanks, Melissa. And as I close off with some training on this thing, Sherry had mentioned that she's got like her 6 reps and a couple are working. So I want to just remind you, because I wish I would have known this statistics when I started, but I didn't, is when we're new and we sign up our first, second, third, fourth, maybe even 5th partner, we get so excited, and we get this like, oh my gosh, I'm on my way to NMD. Oh my gosh, I'm going to get to NMD at the end of the year. Can anybody relate to that? Oh, I'm such a hot recruiter. Like, look at me, na 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 boo boo. And then all of a sudden, a month or 2 goes by and nobody's like done anything other than 1 order. And you're like, what's wrong with me? What did I do wrong? And then you're like, well, maybe this business isn't for me. Maybe I'm not a good leader. Maybe I'm not a good recruiter. Maybe, you know, this whole network marketing thinking is bogus. And so I giggle, because that like has been me, and that was Melissa in the beginning as well. We would call each other up, and I'd be like, oh, I got a hot one. I got a hot one, Melissa. I think this is the one. I think she's going to go to the top. Oh my gosh. And then like 2 months later, I'm like, yeah, she's gone. Yeah, she left. Yeah. And Melissa would do the same thing. And this was our journey: up, down, up, down, up, down. And, you know, over the years, we realized that we created more of neutrality around when we bring a partner in. It's like we hold space for them, we love them, we show them the system. And it's not us. It's actually not us, guys. So I just want you guys to have a little bit more compassion and grace when you're doing this business. Please try not to beat yourself up. I know it's really easy to beat yourself up when you're getting all these partners and they're not doing anything. I can tell you this: hold space for them. And I've heard this training before. It's really none of your business when they decide they're ready to pop. Your job is just to love on them hard, and they'll pop when they'll pop. They'll move when they're ready to move. They'll move when their why is big enough to move. And I can tell you, you know, over the years of having people, it's like, oh, she's doing something else. And then all of a sudden, 4 years later, you get a call. It's like, Nicole, I'm back. I'm ready to go. I'm like, oh, wow. It's because you just hold space for people. Okay, you just hold space for people. And I'm gonna just, if you wanna write down this number, this is a network marketing number. I'm not making this stuff up, I promise you. For every 5 partners that you sign up, you will be lucky if one moves forward beyond, one will move forward beyond a family planner. So typically a family planner is like a partner plus. So they've got maybe 3 or 4 orders. They got that first bonus. They got 3 or 4 customers. They're getting a paycheck that pays for one of their Juice Plus orders. We call those family planners. So for 5, so out of 5, remember that, out of 5, you will be lucky if one actually moves beyond Partner Plus. So if you're sitting here right now and you're like, I've got 3 or 4 partners under me and nobody's gotten to QSC, that is okay. There's nothing wrong with you. Nothing. You're perfect. Because we have a great system. It has everything to do that you just haven't found the right partner that has a big enough why and has tapped into the resources yet to understand what we really have. Okay? And I can tell you that the partners that I have brought down to conference, when they come to conference, and some of you that are on this call, maybe you can like say, yeah, that was me on the chat. But it was like, oh, I had no idea what I had. So yeah, it really is. It's like when Melissa came to her first event after I've been bugging her for a year after her first event, sat in the car and we drove back from Collingwood and she's like, I had no idea you could make this much money. OMG. I honestly thought like you were like brewing this up in your basement and this was like a small little Tupperware company. I had no idea how big this company was. That's what I mean. It took me a year to get this girl to an event to see the bigger picture. So all of your partner pluses, they have no idea. They have no idea how big this could probably be, and that's okay. So I'm going to wrap up here. I just want to remind you guys of the rest of the week in regards to the bigger events to make sure that you can tap into. You saw Sherry on the call, Marie on the call. Both of them are nurses. Is Tara with you too? Is Tara too? Another nurse, nurse number 3. And then Steve, I don't know if Steve is on the call tonight. Is Steve on? And then Steve, our male nurse. There's going to be 4 nurses on the call tomorrow night. It's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so 7 p.m. in Alberta. And it's 30 minutes sharp. They're really trying to do a good job keeping them tight. And if you have any nurse friends, and actually that was my power hour today. I followed up with my post. If you saw my post, I said, where are all my nurse friends on Facebook? And I had about 20 of my nurse friends. Some of them were Juice Plus, of course. And I still sent them the flyer. And then it was so sweet. She goes, you know, I'm in Juice Plus. I go, yes. She goes, oh, can I come to your event? It was so sweet. I'm like, yes, you can come to my event. She's like, that's amazing. I love hanging out with other nurse people that are on Juice Plus. So tomorrow night, and again, you can go to teambethechange.com, go under events and get the flyer. Of course, you guys know that we do Power Hour every morning, 10 to 11. You can always join us there to do high pain activity and really get focused. And then the other thing that I want to bring to your attention is this Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do this once a month. I do the Shred 10 lifestyle presentation that's about 30 minutes. So you guys have the opportunity to start building for the next Shred and think of all the people that need to get healthy and need to know about the Shred program. I will be running that. Last month, we had 29 people on. So it was a really good number. I think you guys got a lot of orders from that, which is awesome. Thursday, tomorrow, there's 2 talks as well. You've got the 2 prospect calls. That is a 2 o'clock, which Melissa Hyde runs. Whoop, whoop. And then we have 8 o'clock is Sarah Naylor and her team. I've already mentioned that's a little bit more on the girly side. There is a code that's different and you have to get that on teambetachange.com. So it is a different code, and they will make sure that they let in all guests that will come in, okay, for that. So thank you, Sarah, for letting us know. Oh, look at this, Marie. We are having live cash grocery gift card draws for your customers, just not our reps. That is so sweet, Marie. You guys are so generous. That's tomorrow night on your event. Awesome. So that's all I had tonight. Is there any pressing Q&A questions, comments before we wrap up tonight? Anyone?
Nicole, I have a question about the next shred. Is it
Yes.
October 5th, the official next shred?
Let me see. It's going to be the
Is it
first
usually
Monday.
2 weeks after your shred Sunday night event?
It's always the first Monday of the month, so
Okay.
October 5th.
Thank you.
October 5th. Yep. Yep. So that gives you guys enough time to really build for your next shred. And honestly, guys, that's where I get a lot of my partners. I love on them hard for 10 days. I make sure they have great customer experience. And then I ask them, you know, I know you just lost 5 pounds and you're feeling great. Could you see yourself wanting to share this with more people? Yes, this would be great. Awesome. Let's have a conversation about how you can do that. Like it can be that easy, guys. You just have to get out of your head and into your heart. It really is. I was in my head for too long. 6 years was always in my head. Move from your head to your heart. It's not about you. I say, get over yourself. That's a great book. Get over your damn self. If you haven't read it, get over your damn self and start listening to your heart and lead with your heart, right? If we're not worried about what people think of us, we're leading from our heart. If we're worried about what people think of us, we're leading with our head. And it's, trust me, a great freeing place to be when you can lead with your heart. Who wants freedom in that? Who cares what people think? Just go and have fun and be you. Because it doesn't matter what you do, they're always going to judge you. They're going to judge you for dark hair. They're going to judge you for red hair. They're going to judge you for silver hair. Yep. Doesn't matter. Just do you. Awesome, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. It was lovely to see everyone. Welcome all of our new partners. I know that there's a lot of people joining us every week, and we just really appreciate everything that you guys are doing and connecting. And I'm seeing all the love. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Nice to see everyone. I'm going to go play with my mom and dad now. They're upstairs. My mom and dad are upstairs. It's so fun to know that my parents are like just up the stairs instead of 3,000 miles away. Awesome. See you guys. Have a great night.